Hey everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, looking you back to Lovecraft Country and our journey through the Secret World Legends. Now, when we were talking to John last, he was discussing the jack-o'-lantern monster, which was kind of plaguing us. Excuse me for a moment. You're making entirely too much noise. That's much better. Keep it down. Anyways, but he said that the man who created Archibald Henderson's farm was replaced by the amusement park. And he says that Jack has a habit of being seen around here, so my guess is we'll go look for him in the creepy amusement park. And I don't foresee any issues with this. And the gaping hellmouth above the park should be a dead giveaway that something's wrong. Plus, we seem to have found another survivor, Nicholas Winter. However, he's not one of the individuals that the sheriff has mentioned. And there's a dead guy in the car. Get to you in a moment. There's a dead guy in the car too, so I'm guessing things went poorly. Although there's no sign of violence, just the door open. A little weird. You'd figure during a zombie attack you'd keep the doors locked, but let's talk to Mr. Winter about why he's in front of the amusement park, the obviously haunted amusement park that used to be in the land of an insane magus who liked to create animate scarecrows and demonic beings from beyond the veil. I'm sure it's just an innocent coincidence. Theme Park Tycoon. The Atlantic Park is a strange beast casting a long shadow across the savage coast. Its brokered history riddled in mystery. Investigate the park and its rides and find out about the origin and purpose of this place. Nicholas Winter's father, Nathaniel, constructed the park in the Chainsaw, it's never a good sound. Nicholas remembers spending parts of his youth in the park during construction, and he remembers that there were accidents and that the crews talked of strange whispers coming from the rides, and can the ambience keep it down, please? He also wondered how his father could put everything he had into something as disproportionate and unfortunate as the park, and what kind of obsession could have led to its construction. Investigate the park and the abandoned rides to see if there's more to the place than meets the eye. Excuse me. Who's making that noise?
Bounty detected. Initiating.
Shut up. Thank you. I prefer some quiet. Also, that was called Henderson's Legacy, so my guess is that every single one of these armed and dangerous scarecrows are his, which is they've been here since 1905. You'd think some people would actually, notice that.
Finally. Are you with Grayson Security? I've been trying to get a hold... No. You wouldn't happen to have a helicopter, would you? Of course not. This is private property, but I won't belabor the fact. I'm not particularly attached to it. Who in their right mind would want an abandoned amusement park on a godforsaken island in the Atlantic? Aside from Nathaniel Winter, of course. Yeah, that Nathaniel Winter. Millionaire. Mogul. Also, as it turns out, theme park tycoon. Nathaniel brought me up here during construction. And even then there were accidents. Workers falling to their deaths. Equipment malfunctioning as soon as it was turned on. Strange whispers at night, according to the crew, coming from the rides themselves. But he was a stubborn son of a bitch, my father. The park opened against all odds right on schedule. Whole island showed up for the ribbon cutting. But the accidents continued. A roller coaster derailed, killing a family of 3. A 10-year-old kid was found, dismembered, behind the cotton candy stand. An employee in a chipmunk costume went berserk, stabbing 2 teenagers in the eye. By 1980, Nathaniel was forced to shut it all down. There were investigations. It was all over the papers. So we closed up shop, stayed behind while my mother and I went back to Boston. Never saw the son of a bitch again. I remember Nathaniel telling me once, after the bumper cars crushed one of the engineers, that this was all par for the course. Great deeds require great sacrifice, he said. Next time I saw my father, he was in a casket. He outlived everyone and left me nothing of his fortune. Except... I don't want his money. And I didn't ask for the park, neither. All I want is answers. You can say a lot about Nathaniel Winter, but he never made a bad investment or a rash decision. So why in God's name did he build this park? I've heard them. At night. The rides? They do whisper.
Okay, and with that, things get a little weirder. But
You
hey,
must have me confused.
honestly, dude, I think you're the one who's confused. But there's also some random newspaper clippings that are just kind of lying around here. Winter's legacy. Winter is coming. A number of newspaper clippings describe mysterious disappearances related to the Atlantic Park. The prime suspects were once employees at the park, but vanished shortly after the police started investigating the disappearances. Read the clippings to find out more about what the men who came under suspicion of foul play. How did they vanish without a trace, and why did the disappearance continue for several years afterwards? Now, remember, he discussed crazy guy stabbing teenagers and a dismembered child in the park. These are the prime suspects for that one, perhaps? Or, you know, one of the many other murders that happened in this haunted park. Alright. Let's take a look. Local amusement park not amusing police. Are they still there? Somebody's gargling in the background. Police investigating murder on the grounds of the Atlantic Island Park claim violence may be related to cult activity. Well, on this island, everything is related to cult activity. I mean, probably the ice cream social is related to cult activity. Local authorities are seeking 4 park employees for questioning in relation to a string of grisly murders. Bernard Graham, Peter Dobson, John Robertson, and Oswald Shields. They presently have no information on the men's whereabouts. Embattled owner Nathaniel Winter claims the 4 were recently terminated and have no association with the park. How convenient. Winter also called for calm in the face of twisted pranks and allegations. There's dead people. Winter obviously knows something's going on, but this is also on Henderson's farm. So, did he know about the previous magus, and is that something he's hoping to harness? A local resident who wishes to remain nameless recalls hearing screams the night before 3 corpses were discovered by the police. Thought it was just kids having a good time. Maybe they got the roller coaster going because they were just screaming their heads off. Ha ha ha. This is the 1980s. The sheriff might have been a deputy during this time. It's a pity you can't go back and ask her about it. The park's opening has been delayed by a series of violent incidents, derailments, and disappearances. It's currently slated for early next year. Okay, returned Graham, Dobson, Robertson, and Shields to their graves. Okay, but first, while we're doing that, let's switch back to the regular one. Go to the main entrance. Interesting that the entrance is this far away from the main road. You'd think they'd want to put it over in that end and put the parking lot in this end. Ugh, dude, bad luck. Right then. Ah. Yeah, it's just like the woods. Everything's getting scratchy again. Okay, bumper cars, Ferris wheel, Lover's Lake, roller coaster, the sideshow alley, Octa something, and the main entrance. So, you know, even without undead horrors, theme parks are just creepy in general. The Octatron, I believe, is this way. I mean, it's just a place that really shouldn't exist. It's use the control box. God, that looks abnormal. Okay, I don't think I want to be there. Hi. Psycho Carney, how are they any different than regular carnies? Sorry if I'm offending anybody in the carny community. You know, this isn't even a horror thing. Oh, wow, dude. Oh, you survived. Have an evisceration. Yeah, this doesn't seem horrible, except for the hellmouth. It just seems like basic OSHA. Don't get under the rides when they're going. Ah! Welcome to the party. Keep your hands inside the vehicle during all times when the vehicle is in motion. Ooh, looks like a short. Alright then. Activate ice beam. Seriously, it's like a Cthulhuoid in the center there. Ah. Oh, that was fun. Sideshow Alley. With another hellmouth. Oh, hi. Okay, who's throwing the fireballs? Another Cthulhuoid. You know, people... Here's where you're... Oh, there it is. Okay, apparently the demonic device is still running on propane. You. Okay, so we're entering a blue area, which means it's going to be near one of those cultists we're supposed to be finding. Is that you? Yes, Mr. Smythe. Whoa! Ah, if I recall from my lore, sorcerers who are evil... Sorcerers are evil become reverence, so this place is crawling with them for a good reason. It's probably every town father ever built. Alright. Ride the roller coaster. This ought to be fun. Fear you, dude? Mostly fear for my safety from the sanity loss that made me want to ride this thing. Ooh, nice view, though. Ladies, not supposed to be on the side of the track. And there's the lighthouse. Thank you. So, are there more than one of you, or are you teleporting quickly? Maintenance hasn't been done in a while. Did you say come to daddy? Not only is it a cliched carnival creature... Sir, you're not supposed to stay on the tracks. We've talked to you about that before. Neither you.
Come out wherever you are.
You're absolutely terrifying to a 12-year-old, I'm sure. Oh, bite me. So, little purple souls coming at everything. But we're still looking for one of those cultists. Let's see, where could you be? Now the question is, were the cultists actually helping Winters, or were they opportunists? Did he kill them when they became inconvenient? Oh, Smythe's back. Great. You're just a sideshow. Ooh. The heck is this? Cthulhu chicken? Well, this is grody. Ah. Apparently, you know, if this mud is made up of what's down there, I can't imagine how much garbage, you know, like soda cans and used condoms and other things like that. Put it out its misery. However, we're still in a blue circle, which means there's a cultist around here. And the novella. Little light reading material, but yeah, there we go. Mr. Dobson! It's a little stronger than I thought it would be. But there's just a book here with a severed arm attached to it. Stranger than fiction, a dismembered arm still clutches a deer-eared Sam Krieg paper rack in its rictus grin. An unrelenting thrill-eyed with a killer twist, claims the jacket blurb. On a dare to enter the abandoned theme park, a group of friends are stalked and picked off by a vicious beast. Under current circumstances, it's a likely story. Alright then. Search for the beast. So, here's a question for you. That book was probably written... That book had to have been written when the park was still open. So, that was a long, long time ago. No destruction of property allowed. That has to be a big question as when exactly how long that book was written. Because if it's detailing things that are happening now... It's you, Jacob, huh? It's detailing things that are happening now and written 25 years ago? Who caused... Ah! Hi! Wendigo! Head for the lighthouse? Let me finish with the park first. Let's shift quests. Maybe we'll try to hunt these guys down. Okay. Get to the Ferris wheel shortly, but I want to see if I can track these guys down. Oh, well, actually, looks like this guy's hanging out by the Ferris wheel. Ah, I see someone. Mr. Robertson! Apparently no one told you that your employment here has been terminated. Alright. Alright, let's check out the Ferris wheel. Oh, well, that sucked. You, dude, oof! Alright, that's it. I can't target you? I get it. We're not done. Let's see. Ah, the bumper cars. You somebody? No. Well, you're nobody now, that's for sure. Oh, this looks dangerous. Wait, angry clown? Holy cow! Holy... Seriously, who's been watching too much Friday the 13th? Kirsten? What a coincidence. I was looking into this amusement park deal. Business not pleasure, I hate clowns, totally a serial killer tell. Anyway, these things are a huge fund for occult energy accumulation, whatever that means. Somewhere in our books, the white... ambience. City, Dreamland, Space Mountain, Disneyland... But Atlantic Park is all Nathaniel Winter. Looks like he tried to buy his way into the Illuminati in the 1960s and got blown off with the "It's not us, it's you" speech. That makes for a man with something to prove and no way to handle it. Killer combo. Literally. Alright, let's get out of this ambience. Still gotta locate the rest of those cultists. Looks like they're the same deal as the cultists that we've seen in the, on the shoreline. You know, you worship the dark powers and then bring you back as a near mindless drone. I know, it's kind of like my deal with the Illuminati, but I get mandated breaks. I come back from the dead a lot prettier. Okay. Let's shift back to Legacy. I want to see where I'm supposed to go next. Alright. Return Mr. Graham back to his grave. That's good, because killing things is kind of what I do. Like you, sir. This is private property. And technically, I am empowered by the owner. Creepy. So... nice jump there. You who I'm looking for? No, I'm looking for Graham. Right over here. Mr. Carney. Oh, you survived. Not for long. Hi! So, come out, cultists, wherever you are. There is no force in creations getting me on those tracks. Oh, Mr. Graham. I'm here to serve your notice of termination. Oh, I didn't mean actually, you know, being fired. Ooh, nicely done. I'm guessing it's Mr. Smythe, because he's the sorcerer type. So, Nathaniel Winter said that this cult was bothering him. Now the question is whether or not it's a rival group or just a bunch of underlings that got too ambitious. Because Smythe here himself became a reverend, which means he's an evil sorcerer of some power. So the question then becomes, did he challenge Winter? Was he here trying to steal the occult energy this place was collecting? Because remember, that's what Kirsten said. This entire place is designed to... Excuse me. Let's try to pontificate here. Ah, there's your transformation. Nothing, no new information. Okay, so yeah. Apparently the Sarasire area was designed to absorb occult energy. Now, if it was doing this in drips and drabs through the blood magic of the suffering and murders it caused, I could understand that. But my thought is that when the gates opened and the Dreamers came, it's been collecting so much occult energy, it's out of control. Oh. Sorry, I guess... Dude, I thought I deactivated you. Anyways, let's go check with Winter's grandson. Not grandson, son. See if he has any more information. Alright, so let's recap. Nathaniel Winter's, Nicholas Winter's father, creates this whole amusement park as a occult energy absorber. Apparently he failed to get into the Illuminati, and thus created this as some sort of psychic battery, which he could absorb the blood energy of the people who died in the park. So now he's left it to his son, who came up here at probably the worst time ever to check it out, since he's inherited it. Alright, this definitely needs to be continued. Carnival of Souls. Though the Atlantic Island Park has been derelict for years, Winter notes that its Ferris wheel remains powered, the same Ferris wheel you encountered a dark entity, going to be the source of the park's evil. Investigate the Atlantis Island Ferris wheel for signs of the entity. Okay, so we're saying that the guy in the top hat, the ringmaster, is the evil entity. So we're talking bargain basement, Pennywise the clown. All right, let's go.
Where the hell is it? I know I left it right. Oh, God, the stench. To my son, Nicholas James Winter, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? I leave my masterpiece, the Atlantic Island Park, to be restored according to my original plans? What fucking plans, Dad? How did it go? Don't tell me. I'm not blind or deaf. I don't believe it's a coincidence those things are drawn to the rides. The fog came the day we got here. I was supposed to fly in, but the airport was closed, so we drove all the way up from Portland. Less than an hour later, it rolled in like an avalanche. Wahid here decided to stay in the car. I headed for the highest place I could find. I didn't think of it at the time, what with those animals at my feet. But it's weird that the wheel's still working after all this time. I can't imagine the power's still on. At least not the electrical power. But that's not what this place runs on, is it? He stayed behind, my father, Nathaniel Winter, when everyone else left. And not because he didn't have anything else. He had his empire, his money, my mother. He had me. But this is the only thing he wanted. It kept him alive for over a century. It gave him power. I'm still not convinced he's not here. Somewhere, feeding on the ghosts of lost children like some kind of Boogeyman. What the hell are you looking at? This is private property, you know.
Okay, things are getting a little disturbing there. So, Winter built the place, abandoned his family. Excuse
You must
me.
have me confused with someone.
I think I know who you are. I don't like scarecrows. Especially ones that... Gods. Archie. You know, this one's called his daughter's keeper, and if I recall properly, the whole thing with Jack has to do with a immortal named Jack messing with his daughter. So he designed these scarecrows to protect her chastity. Oh gods, I don't want to think about it. Okay, so this is where we saw the bargain basement Pennywise, huh? Why am I guessing things are gonna go horribly wrong? But yeah, so this entire battery was connected to Winter's, which means that even though Winter's death, there's probably some remnant of Winter's, the father, here, living in the remnants of this place. I can't imagine, you know, this place is pleasant to live in, but probably what's ever left of Mr. Winters isn't terribly human. Let's go. The Island Park Shadow. So back to the Dreamlands, people. Okay, so this is what the amusement park looks like for realsies. Now you may notice the hell portal here, which, oh yes, just to let you know, the White Ravens from that particular mission way back when I first encountered Jack, are creatures of spirit. So whenever I'm in a spirit realm journey, I'm gonna take them with me. It's one of the perks you get for completing that mission. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the side that the spirits are from. This is what it perfectly restored, a dead image of what this must have been like in the 80s. And you can see the carnies are a bit more fresh. Because what we see is just a reflection of this reality. And the only reason we're able to function like this is that we are spirits ourselves. In fact, we probably discarded our body to stay in here. But yeah, there they go. The carny doesn't look rotted anymore. And whatever the heck you... Spectral slavery is against spiritual law. Die again. So this is the laughter of children. This is the battery that Winter has been operating off of. Yeah, you too, dude. Be with you in a moment. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to kill all the enslavers. Well, that makes sense. You know what? I think mine's bigger. And they're gone. Oh, maybe... Oh, cool. Bring it down! Ooh, there we go. My guess is as long as there are any spiritual Oh, come here, you. Mr. Winters, or what's left of you. I was right. My guess is he exists as sort of a disembodied consciousness being maintained by this spectral engine of this place. Hey, you. Wow. That what you got, Mr. Winters? Bunch of dead bodies to throw at me? Like I said, you're absolutely terrifying to a 12-year-old. But these places actually correspond to where we find those Hellgate-like things hovering above the things. If you remember this one, this is the one. The joy of children. This is the... So it's absorbing positive energies as well. I see. But yeah. Now, what I've been doing since I've been killing his batteries, he's fleeing from one battery to the next. Ah, come here, you. The Boogeyman. Come on. Wow. You guys are a lot tougher on this side. But yeah, where we're fighting is actually corresponding to the places where we saw those Hellgate-like places. Yeah, I'm not letting you attack me from the rear. Uh-huh. Here we go. Another one that's on holy statues. Yeah, another Wendigo. Ooh. Nightmare spawn, huh? Nightmares fade when exposed to the lights of day. Okay, that wasn't terribly cool, but, you know, it's what I did on the fly. I'm here to save the children, not be witty. Alright, you. Let's go. Where are you? There. Suck it! Oh boy. Take it! Power of Thor. Whoa! It's gathering more power. Come on. Oh! Do not underestimate him. Oh boy. I think I've been taking things a little too much for granted lately. The immortality, I think. Get a little lazy when you can regenerate. Oof, gotta get to the right spot, apparently. Alright, let's do it again. Burn. Or fry. I gotta remember something. Why I'm here? Why I'm here? I'm on equal footing with these things. I'm not their superior. I'm a creature of the physical world given spiritual power, but these are spiritual beings. And let's try that again, shall we? Hi, I'm immortal. What about you? What you got? Ooh, this looks bad. Where are you? Where are you? There. Alright. You want a slugfest? I can do that. And Ice Beam! Oof. Laugh till it hurts. Doesn't look good. Stay in motion. Oof. Oops. Got out of there. Uh-oh. Move, move, move! Come on, come on! Oh, you cheating bastard. Where are you? Ah! Ugh, again! First real difficult fight I've had. See me in hell? See me in hell? And I'll kick your ass there too. Sorry. I don't like those who victimize children. Collect the odd monocle? Okay. Time to head back. Still have to worry about this sort of thing? Alright. Let's huff it. Now, I don't think these stones are actually here in the physical world. I don't know what they correspond to. I mean, there's no map, so I can't do so. We don't even know if the geography is the same. I hope we finished him off. Hope it's not like a bad horror film and there's going to be a sequel. Alright then. Back to the material world. Oh. I guess my raven left when I died. Oh well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. So here we are again. Doesn't make you look kind of different at the whole place, doesn't it? But whatever it is, the effect it's having is still going on because we've still got this grayness and we still have these shadowed versions of the haunting creatures here. Let's see what Kirsten has to say. I called it. Clowns equal serial killers. No wonder the Winter clan has some serious daddy issues. This probably explains why none of the siblings have kids, too. Could be a useful in for Nicky Winter's fortune. So, because he sucks the souls of children, none of his progeny can have children? I don't want to think about that too much. Priorities for recruitment have shifted since we gave his pop the cold shoulder. I mean, look at you. Yeah, look at me. On topic, let's assume you nailed up the final out-of-business sign for Atlantic Park. I'll feed that into liability pie chart, which FYI at the moment looking like we're advising the Pentagon not to sink the island. Ciao, ciao. Something tells me, though, we're not done. Well, it looks like I was right. There is a third mission regarding this, and it's probably going to deal with the... just cleaning up the mess. I mean, I don't think it's as easy as killing the Boogeyman. So let's see what we got. Gravity. Nicholas Winter came here to sell his father's amusement park, but now he feels bound to the place. A mysterious third party is obsessed with it too, and the race is on to unlock Nathaniel Winter's legacy and take control of the park's power. I represent one of those factions, the Illuminati, as was declared by Kirsten. Nathan Winter was a heartless and calculating man. His obsession with the park was rooted in something concrete, as was his decision to leave the park to his son. Examine Nathaniel Winter's will and uncover what Nicholas was meant to see. He doesn't have a body anymore, does he? And what would be the most compatible a person to possess? This is far from over.
Quick access inventory updated.
You're like a bad itch that can't be scratched. You know why I came up here? To sell it all off. The whole park. So that I wouldn't end up like my father. Stuck to this place. There's gravity here. I don't know who they are, but they have money. And ways to convince you that it would be in your best interest to sell. I didn't care. I didn't need to be blackmailed to sign a contract. What in the name of hell do I want an amusement park for? But now I couldn't imagine selling. It's got its claws in me like it had my father, and it won't let me go. It owns me. It feeds on me. There's no escaping gravity. Time I've invested in you, I figured you'd come up with something. But all you've given me is grief. And now they're coming for me. For whatever dark secrets this tomb holds. They're like you. Special. Part of another world. A secret world. Convinced they run the place. That the rest of us are just shadows. Even if I knew how to escape gravity, even if I wanted to, something tells me I shouldn't. I don't know what'll happen to this place. And the world, if I do.
Kind of ominous, but I think I called it. It's trying to, the park is trying to possess Nicholas here, and some level he's fighting it. Yeah, it's got his claws in him. But he put down the will he was reading, if you remember from the last cutscene here, so let's take a look at it. It's in the card.
Quick access inventory updated.
Alright, so last will and excuse me. I said to keep it down. Sigh. Alright then. Last Will and Testament. I, Nathaniel Harvey Winter, of 112 Bishop Street, Boston, Massachusetts, so he still lived there legally, being of sound mind, do hereby revoke all previous wills and codicils made by me and publish and declare the following to my last will and testament. I declare that I am married to Elizabeth Rachel Knox. I declare that I have 3 children now living whose names and dates of birth are Madeline Winter, May 15th, 1961, Nicholas Winter, November 7th, 1965, Carolyn Winter, January 3rd, 1967. And considering this is 2012 in the game right now, we now have Nicholas Winter's age. 47? Something's wrong with him. I have 2 deceased children. I appoint, and if you remember something, he has no grandchildren. It was stated in Kirsten's text that the energies of this place curse his line to never bear kids. I appoint Harvey Ogdevied, my sole executor of this will, and I give to my son Nicholas Winter all my real and personal property whatsoever and wheresoever. Witness to this, I have set my hand to the 2nd day of March, 1980, tested signature Nathaniel Winter, witness signatures. I can't read those, unfortunately. Okay, but you may notice I have a special ability down there. The monocle.
Abilities acquired.
The monocle that I got from the spirit world. So let's see that again. See, apparently, if you recall, the Shadow Realm touches in our world. So apparently he created some way of writing in shadow ink, as it were. They can only be seen by an artifact from the Shadow Realm. The thing is that I've thought that we'd be able to detect that, being spirit beings, but maybe we're just too young at this. The ingenious design was acquired from a very rare architect at great cost. Possibly similar to the architect that developed the labyrinth for the Illuminati. I outbid the sailors for an steamboat to Cairo. So the Phoenicians are usually associated with sailors. So, you know, yeah, hills people, or fake hills people. The design was worth every penny. I test the machine's work. This is why the sailors continue to hound me. They will stop at nothing to acquire the plans. For this reason, I divided and concealed. Various powerful factions want us off Solomon Island, but I've gone to great lengths and spent great sums to secure our site. It is ours and is perfect for its purpose. This is Archibald's farm, recall, that he purchased, which means it was soaked in the blood magic that created Jack, which we haven't seen. I'm guessing that... he's back. I'm guessing that Jack has been pushed off by the Boogeyman. He might return once we trash this place. Only a small piece of land Henderson's farm, right, remains. Those who know me understand why I didn't have the heart to tear it down. Son, if you're reading this, I can only assume you've inherited something essential for me. I dare not reduce it to a name. Yeah, names have power. Excuse me.
Hello?
Yeah. We're done for the moment. Oops, hang on a moment. Yeah, there we go. Noisy. Yeah, this is Henderson's farm. In what's left of it. You can notice that it still has the Guardians. My guess is that the, this is kind of nuts if you think about it. These Guardians had to have been inert, or they've been executing people randomly around the town. Which means that they're connected to the park. The park was inactive. The end of the world starts. I'll get to that in a moment. The end of the world starts, it collects energy and reanimates them and does things. Hi. It'll help. There you go. I'm guessing we're here in the same mission. Okay, so the first part of the plans. So he's hidden the plans in plain sight in a barn.
Quick access inventory updated.
Okay, we've got the plans. Now, what happens if we do this? Well, hang on. Let's activate the monocle.
Temporary abilities acquired.
And we have circuitry. So, Nathaniel Winter's had no magical ability. That's what Kirsten hints at. So he created a gigantic psychic battery and then stuck it to his head. And because it's linked to his bloodline, it cursed it, but it's also drawn his son here, who might be the only surviving member of the family. And somebody else wants it, and the Illuminati are in on it, but they keep mentioning the sailors. The Phoenicians and the Illuminati and maybe the Orochi group. In any case, if I follow this from the current location we are here, it's a bumper cars and here. So I'm going to try both ends of the circuit and see what I can find. Yeah, to let you know, the guy who was in here before is wearing an Illuminati outfit. I don't go for the traditional look. Apparently I'm kind of... Go to, dude. I'm kind of wearing the Templar's colors. Good work. And let's see, what are... Oh, yellow is important. Take Winter's plans. Okay. So do you follow it towards the other end, which is down here, I guess? Or, give me a moment. So not immediately apparent, so to speak, is that the fact that we can now see the circuitry with the monocle attached, which means that it leads over here. And we've got red glass.
Temporary abilities acquired.
which changes our monocle somehow. So now we see everything in red, I guess. Interesting. See, I can see the plans here. If I activate this and touch 4... Huh. Well... Yeah, I'm afraid there's a bug. See, when I activate the red glass into the monocle, it's supposed to show me a separate red zone up here. But instead it's put me back to the standard. I'm interested to see if it's a standard bug or not. I had to look that up, unfortunately. The problem is the investigation missions, I love them, but they're just not articulated properly. But I'm guessing this is the second level of Nathaniel Winter's devices, as it were. Now, there it is. I can see it. Good. So yeah, here's the circuitry that I should be able to see on the map. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, we found the third part of the plan. Now, my guess is that we're looking for another piece of glass around here. Ah, there we go. Blue glass.
Temporary abilities acquired.
Alright then. So now we see everything in blue. Bedding. Yeah, we're not seeing the map here, but we could be kind of obvious about it. And notice that the roller coaster has blue. Yeah, it's color coded. Remember the green one, the red one's here where we're standing, so the blue plans are probably where the blue dot is. So, I'll just use logic for that one. Okay, back to that roller coaster, that fun roller coaster. And why am I moving so slowly? Seriously. Hello, Hellgate. Yeah, I have not summoned Rex for this mission because I honestly don't want to put him through this. Zombies are one thing. Oh, whoops. Pardon me. Zombies are one thing, but it seems cruel to put a dog through, you know, a hell designed for small children. Let's see. There it is, the blue circuitry. And my guess is X marks the spot. Plans have got to be up here. Come on, get up there. Yeah, the circuits are still obviously still active, so probably given enough time, they'll put them back together, and that just really sucks. Now let's find those plans. Gotta be around here somewhere. Okay, found it. It's over behind it. Over here by in the back at the end of the circuits. I didn't realize the circuits followed through, so let's grab it. Now we're looking for the final part of the plan. Oh, God, the thing's still here. Thought I killed you. Well, give me a sec. Ah, controls are off. You're welcome. Bye. You know, I just want to talk sometimes, guys. It's saving the world. It gets lonely. I like my dungeon missions. Anyways, so back to uncovering the plans of an unhinged lunatic's ability to suck the souls out of humans. Children, specifically.
Temporary abilities acquired.
Now, there was no glass, but if you put the two together, you get purple, which is awesome, I think. Which is also, if you notice, the same colors as the wheels of energy created by the circles. Now somebody's murdering something back there. So, if we look at the... Oh, for crying out loud. Pardon me, I forgot that thing's still active. You suck. So yeah, now if you look at the map, you'll notice that there's a purple dot in the center. These acting as collectors, all feeding into the center. So what we want is one of this building at the center of things, which is inside this gate. So here we are. Circuit diagram, So here it is. This right here is everything that's been feeding into this park. So let's see if we can shut it down. Resistor. The inductor. Diode. Okay, so let's think this out. Maybe it's in the order that we were looked at. So it was white, then red, then blue, then purple. In reverse. Because that worked for the Ariachi device. Oh, reverse it was. Oof. Well, that looked brutal. Who are those dead guys? They're not here. So a bunch of guys in purple armor. I've been told that's Ariachi, but I have no confirmation on that, because the only Ariachi I know wear black and white. Excuse me. But let's see if cursing can shed any light on this, shall we? Old Money Buddies was looking to harvest occult energy and infuse it into himself. The kind of power he was after would usually require years, even lifetimes of secluded study. Oh, another thing called talent. Winter thought he could bypass all of that with cash, lots of it. Well, this is America. I am for all pay to win, but at some point you need to cut your losses. Occult powers are like strings on the president. You either wield them or you don't. The capacitor plans are a real nice to have. As for the amusement park, it's totally gauche and expendable. Fun fact, never a bad time to kill Phoenicians. Okay, so they are Phoenicians. So, here we are. We blew up the plans, so the park is null at this point. As you can see, there's no energy back there. Maybe a few bodies lying around, and still creepy as hell, mind you, but we shut it down. I think we did a good thing. I mean, we come right down to it. This place, whatever it was evil. When it was Henderson who owned it, when it was the man before that, I mean, the entire grounds of Solomon Island are cursed. Just bad places. They exist. There's places where the shadows are too deep. There's places where the bodies don't stay buried. There's just places where you don't want to go. And you don't want anyone to ever take you there. So, next time you find yourself in a place like that, next time you tell yourself that you don't want to be there, don't. Don't look back. Just go. And no matter what beckons to you, leering in the dark, what power it promises, just stay in the light and walk away. This is Fantastic Worlds, and this is saying farewell from Lovecraft Country and the Secret World Legends. I'll see you next episode.
You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours.